Alright, video number 20. I don't know what number actually, just lost track of the number, so let's call it 20. So we got a Cisco Switch, a decent size one, 26 port. I use these for clients that have 10 to 20 users. Seems to cover most of the clients. Don't get the 16 ports. You'll end up having to, either buy another switch or swap it out for a bigger one. So if you got clients that are 10 or more, just go straight on and get the 24 port switch. And this seems to be a fairly good for small business. This is not enterprise class. You're not going to be pushing all that data through it. So it's $300 Canadian, and that's what it's good for. They say lifetime warranty, but I think these are 5-year Cisco lifetime warranty, so don't expect too much. If you have these connected to UPS, they last a long time. If you connect them directly to a power source without any kind of UPS or line cleaners, you're going to have problems. These will die if you directly connect them to a power source. Brownouts, power failures over time, these things will die. If you connect them to UPS, a decent UPS, these things will go for a long time and you won't have any problems. So let's open up this. Here we go. And let's get the standard stuff out of the way. Your mounts here, even if you're not going to use these, attach them to the unit, because even if you store the box somewhere, someone is going to decide that that box is garbage and throw it out. So the best thing to do is just attach these, tape whatever leftover screws onto the unit. It's just storing them somewhere is just an easy way to get them lost, so don't even bother. Mount them on. It doesn't look as nice, but it's better than trying to find the mounting kit and the screws afterwards. Now these do come with the actual screws you need to put them on a bracket or in a server cabinet. So the lower end ones, Cisco does not provide these screws. Let me just open it up so you can see. And usually you're gonna have to spend $5 to get these little screws, but in this model and higher models, or more expensive models I should say, they do come with the actual mounting screws to mount it onto a bracket or server cabinet, so that's a good thing. But if you do need them, any store that sells cabling and just general electronics gear, they should be able to have them, but if not, you could always get them online. But it's a hassle when you need them last minute and you don't have them. So let's put that out of the way. Standard power cord. The good thing about this cord is that it has a vent in it, so it doesn't stick out. So if the server cabinet or environment you're putting these in is really tight, this L-shaped cord is much better than the straight cable, power cable. So another good thing, well thought out. Most switches just come with these straight out ones, so good decision here. Put that aside. Toss it away. I've been looking at this Untitled sticker for a year. I don't know what it has to do with the switch, but it seems like a lot of network gear have this sticker. I have no idea. Never bothered to check, but I always see it. So let's take a look here. Okay, so manuals, instructions. The only good thing here is that you're usually looking for is the default login and password. I believe with these models it's Cisco for the login and password. And yes, it is. And the default IP address is 192.168.1.254. If you connect this to an environment that doesn't have a DHCP server, so it's all right there. So that's the only page you really need. And maybe the technical support page. Maybe put this somewhere on the switch, tape it on there in case you need to be calling support at some point, but otherwise it's all information on the internet. So. Alright, so what do we got here? So it's 26 ports, so it's okay. So I believe these are just SFP, not SFP plus. So you'll need the modules for those if you plan on using SFP. But otherwise, all the other ports are fully functional, just straight Ethernet. So you can link these together using these ports here, or any port actually. You could do link aggregation with any of the ports, so you can link the switches with more than one cable if you wanted to. It just depends on your application, I guess, if it truly benefits from that. Link aggregation doesn't work the way people think it does, so you might not see a performance boost just by adding more cables and connecting them without actually configuring it properly and having the right software to take advantage of that. Here we got the reset factory default. So if you configure the switch and set the password to something and you forgot, the easiest thing to do is just factory reset it, get a paper clip and just stick it in there. I don't know if it's these units, but with some units, if you have the Ethernet cables plugged into a device, sometimes the switches don't reset, so you have to remove them from complete connection to a device. This may have been an issue early on, but in case you're getting a switch that's not factory resetting, just unplug the cables and try it that way. That's what I found seems to work with a lot of devices. So if you're trying to reset something and it doesn't reset and you still have devices plugged in, remove those cables and usually that solves that problem. That's as much as we can see from just I don't know if this has fans or not. We'll see when we pop it open at some point. In this video we'll just take a look outside how it looks. It has a decent weight to it. It's metal and plastic. Is that? I think that's metal also, actually. Yeah, that's all metal. So it's a decent switch. I prefer these over the neck gears and the D-Link stuff. I had some issues with the neck gears in the past. They're probably better now, but I've had units arrive, DOA, and ports not working, and so these have been really consistent. I hadn't had one bad one, but who knows? Neck gears quality might have improved. They're also doing a lifetime warranty, but well, maybe it's just because they had some problems in the past and that's why they're doing it. D-Link stuff I would stay away from. I don't know their quality these days, but usually anything that's sold in stores and there's a lot of it usually means it'll die after the first year. Even if it's targeted for small business, if you can pick it up at your local computer store, usually they know it's going to die, so that's repeat business for them. They don't really care. They don't want junk that fails immediately, but If the stuff can go a year or more, that's great, because they know they have repeat business and they really don't care. So these will last longer than a year. They will last. I've had some of these for 5 years straight. 24/7, and they don't need resets. They don't start behaving strangely. They work just fine. So it's a reliable switch. So unless Cisco changes something tomorrow, these have been really good. So it's another product I would recommend. Again, so it's, if you can get the 24 or 26 port in this case, get it, and it'll save you some time. You won't have to try and deal with the client that doesn't want to pay for money to upgrade a few ports and just wants to put another little switch somewhere in a corner where it's going to cause you some problems. So always more ports, always direct cabling from your device to the switch. Try to avoid little switches everywhere. So this is a good solution.